Hi guys, this is Jackie Cooper from J. Cooper Travels, and today I have a very special guest. My guest today is a doctor, and we are going to be talking both about travel, but we're also going to be talking about women's health, because oftentimes when, whether we're home locally or whether we're traveling, we often have to think about what we pack and the time of the month and what are we packing in case we end up having our cycle during that time of the trip. And so we're going to be talking about both products to think about. We're going to be talking about what's normal, what's not normal. We're going to be talking about a lot of women's health um, challenges, especially when you are traveling, things that you have to keep in mind. But I do want to preface this episode with the fact that everything that we share here, even though Tiffany is a doctor, we do want you to consult with your own personal physician. We do not want you to self-medicate. Anything that we share with you here, it's from the perspective of discussion, and so you can definitely reach out to Dr. Tiffany, because of the fact that on the podcast and on the YouTube channel, I will have contact information, so you can consult with her, and she's readily available to talk with you about any health issue. Both normal as well as not normal. So thank you so much for being here. I know you and I have talked before in other episodes. Why don't you, for those that don't know about your journey, why don't you share a little bit more about how you became in the health field and your specialty of practice, because you're a very special woman, and I'm so excited to have you here today. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Jackie. Thank you. My name is Dr. Tiffany Brown. I'm a naturopathic doctor, and I did 4 years at National University of Princeton, Illinois. And how I got here is I had my own women's problems that it seemed like I couldn't get it cured. I had a team of doctors that were awesome, but it just wasn't fixing my problem. So I just said I had started looking into the natural world, seeing what was going on in the natural world and what they were doing. Tried a few things, saw some relief, but I didn't really fix my problem. So started looking up naturopathic medicine, looking into it, and here I am. And so, but my specialty is, we train to be primary care physicians, but my specialty, I want to do women's health, because I just want to be able to reach back for the women who don't know and who's overwhelmed with the information on the web to help them further their health.
I'm super excited to have you here, because I think there's so many issues that we don't always talk about. We're not always transparent about. We, over many decades, it just wasn't discussed. Mm-hmm. And one of the areas, that you and I have talked about is that when you travel as a woman, we have to think about, are we packaging sanitary pads? Are we, going to pack tampons? Or, what, if our trips happen to fall during a time of the month where we anticipate that we might have a need for this, unlike our partners who might be traveling with us, we have to anticipate, okay, will there be a pharmacy there that we can actually purchase these items, or will we be walking or hiking or doing other active things, and the stores might not be open, or it might be in another language, and do we understand what the products are? So why don't you share, we were discussing before we got on the recording, how does someone know what to pack, what to use? I know there's been a lot of changes in the world as to what's available to women these days. And then also let's talk about what is quote unquote normal and quote unquote not normal.
Yeah. Okay, I'm glad you said it transparent, that we weren't, we want to be transparent about this, because we don't talk about our issues and what we suffer with a lot of times. And what I was reading about is buying your tampons and even like uh, how to buy them, how to look at them, know if you're getting something that's organic and not organic. Because when we're looking at the pads and the tampons, we just buy them because they're there and we need them. But we should be more specific and look and say, oh, this is made of cotton. And does it have herbicides and pesticides on it? Or is it synthetic plastics? And, am I using that against my skin? And, if you're sensitive or you don't want to do that, or if you're the type of person that want to stay more organic, you should really look into getting maybe an organic pad. They have organic cups. And I think like if you're going on a travel, an organic cup would be perfect because you can wear it longer. And they got some that's disposable, some that you can sanitize yourself, and you can wear them a lot longer, like I said. So either which way you go will be perfect. But when you're looking for them, you want to make sure you buy an organic. Make sure there's no synthetic fibers. No, it's got to say organic because you don't want the herbicides and pesticides against your body. You don't want that in you at all. And then is it perfumes, fragrances? That's another problem that we don't think about. We just don't think about. And when I know when I had my issues, I didn't think about that. But women was like, you need to change to something that's a little more organic. So, you maybe you'll see a difference in your flow and all that. And I didn't get a chance to try that because there was so much going on. But if women are trying it, most definitely go with that. Just be more cautious of your organic pads and the cups, especially for travel. It'd be awesome.
So those are really great points. I know we're not going to talk about specific locations or specific brands just because we don't want to point, towards one name or another. But are these readily available? Can women just find them online, or where, is it difficult to find these days?
No, it's a lot. They're getting a lot easier to find. They are. You can order some. You can order them. You can find them at your local stores now. It seems like it's not hidden anymore. You just don't see one little product. You do have a choice now. So there's most definitely do your research and pick out what do you like and what do you don't like. Some of them organic might still have a fragrance to them. Maybe you might not want that.
So we were also talking about, what is normal in terms of just how many, and this is the reason why this is important is because if you're planning a trip and if your history is that your flow might last 2 days or your flow might last 5 days, you will pack that many products with you so that way you're covered. But what is quote unquote normal? What is not considered normal? And if someone is having some challenges or issues, what next steps should they take?
So, we like to say your menstrual cycle should be about no more than 3 to 5 days long. Any longer, you might have an issue. You need to start searching out a naturopathic doctor. And I would like that as your first step, because your regular doctor, they'd be like, oh, 7 days, that's okay if you feel okay. Now let's jump ahead on that. And so if you're heavy, you should be maybe 24 hours, maybe 48 hours for other people. But any longer than that, that's a problem. You're going to start seeing health issues, and your flow should be the regular color. No, not many blood clots. You don't want, if they get big, like the size of a quarter, that might be an issue too. Your cramps should be to a minimum, hardly anything. If you're having cramps, especially, I like to discuss it with the young girls, is your menstrual cramps are heavy, start seeing your naturopathic doctor then, so we can kind of work on your diet, because usually it's a diet thing. We can change up your diet, prescribe some botanicals and herbs and stuff to kind of help with the cramps and the flow regulate as the patient start changing up their diet, and see if we can bring it under control and make it satisfactory where you can enjoy your trip. You don't have to worry about that being an issue.
Yeah, exactly. So again, for those that are not familiar with podcasts or even with the YouTube, there's always a block of information, and on that I will definitely have the ability for you to be able to contact Dr. Tiffany and reach out to her so she can answer any questions. She has the ability to do her practice over Zoom. and she can do this no matter what state you're in. So that way, you know, definitely if you have any questions, it's always good to ask questions because, you know, again, this is all part of our natural process. And every question that you ask will get you an answer and make you happier. So any last minute thoughts that you have before we close out?
Yeah. With my business, I was virtual online. So you be at home and we'll be online. It's HIPAA compliant. We'll discuss what's going on, the basics, and we can get things ready for you.
Yep. So I also want to invite everyone to subscribe to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my podcast. I'm going to be doing ongoing podcasts and YouTube videos with Dr. Tiffany because there are so many wonderful things that you can learn in the natural area, health area, and one podcast and one video just doesn't do it. So anyway, thank you for being on. I look forward to talking to you soon.
Thank you.